Hello, this is teddygaming. Welcome back to another preview video, and in this one we're going to be looking at the tmnt and Usagi Yojimbo crossover When Where issue number 1. So this one's going to be really interesting just because this is a whole brand new crossover and it's a new series, and more importantly this is actually the first crossover series with tmnt and Usagi, so it's going to be really interesting to see how to handle all this, so yeah. Okay, so we're going to first start off with the actual preview images, and it's somewhat interesting with how they present them. And so we first start off with Usagi Yojimbo. Now we know that from the whole description about the series, it's going to have involve time travel, and we're going to be seeing Usagi Yojimbo through different time periods and stuff like that. So I think with this bit here, where we do get to see Usagi and all of his characters in his time period and stuff like that, I do think that this is in the future for him, so I think it's going to be really confusing when we do get like more into the series, when we go back and forth with time travel and stuff like that. And basically all these characters are going after this one character called Lord Hiji. I'm pretty sure that's the character's name. I'm pretty sure I said it wrong, and that's all we know so far. Now the thing is with this, I'm been really keeping up too much with Usagi in terms of the characters, so I'm a little bit confused about some of these ones, such as the other two Rabbit Samurais. I know Yuichi's one that was recently added into the IDW comics, but there is another one in the orange which I'm not too sure who that character is. So then going into the next page, we do get to see all the characters come into this village, and that's when Usagi meets up with some I don't mean to sound bad here, but meets up with some peasants, and they're talking and saying, and the peasant says that basically there's an evil copper, he comes out and he kills people and he wants Usagi's help. And Usagi says no, because he can't really, because he's doing a mission and stuff like that. But basically over time, as they're talking, he does come around to actually wanting to go help them. So then going into the next page, and we've got these two pages here which actually connect and make a double page, so it's gonna be really interesting. But I'm just gonna be like talking about both pages here, but we're just showing off. So basically, in the top page or top panel, they're just talking about what they should do next, about ambush or do other stuff like that. And then that's when Usagi comes in and he's talking to them, and he wants to basically go off and help these people and stop the copper and stuff like that, which I think could be interesting. And it just seems a bit out of place for some of these characters here, because with this character here, I'm not too sure what his name is. I mean, from what I know from the comics and also from the TV shows that he's appeared in, this feels really out of place for his character, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure this is like set in the future for Usagi's world, so I'm not too sure if all this is true. Or, I mean, I don't really know how these characters are supposed to be acting if this is in the future. But basically, yeah, there's not really too much I can really say here, and all of them just go off and help. The other character is called Giotto. Okay, that's interesting. Now some other preview images that I do get, but I'm not part of the initial 5 pages preview, but we do get these ones, which were initially released when the announcement was given out for the Usagi crossover. And we do get to see Usagi and Torami just walking down the countryside, and that's when they do encounter the copper, which they were talking about fighting earlier. So this is something which I was a little bit surprised, just because I would have thought that when I was mentioning the copper, I would have thought that it would have been like had something to do with the turtles. So yeah, and that's when we do go into this and just fighting all of them. Now I'm sort of wondering, because this is page 10, I'm sort of wondering what happens between like page 5 and page 10. We'll be getting more of Usagi stuff, or we'll be getting some Turtle stuff in between there. So I'm somewhat confused and interested by that, but either way that happens. And then going into the next page, we do get to see the turtles finally attacking some of the When Where robots, and I do think I don't really know what to really make of this, just because there's no real context behind all these images so far. It's just the turtles fighting When Where. And yeah, and this is also page 18, so there's like a lot that happened between page 10 and page 18, but so I'm really confused by all of this and all that. And then like also so many questions about all of it as well. Like, is this part of the IDW universe, or is this like part of his own separate universe? And also, will the Turtles be like time traveling back to Usagi's world, or like crossing dimensions to get to Usagi's world? Like, they haven't really set things up too clearly just yet, but you never know what could happen. So let's actually look at the description for this issue. Okay, so the description is: the tmnt pursue the evil cyborg genius Dr. Wen Ware through time portal and emerging in future Japan. There they encounter Usagi Yojimbo 20 years into Samurai's future, but decades after the arrival of Dr. Wen Ware, who has already carved himself a firedom? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say firedom, but I might just read that wrong. Either way, using a mechanized clockwork samurai robots with the intentions of conquering both the past and current timelines. So yeah, I've got a feeling that this could potentially get really confusing with all different timelines and time travel and stuff like that. But not to mention that I do think that it does get a bit more weirder when we do look at the cover. We do get to see Usagi in his normal clothes, and even going forward, I do believe that they also do have Usagi in his normal clothes. So I'm very confused on what his attire is going to be, whether it's going to be wearing the samurai look or he's going to be having more of the traditional look. So I'm confused and interested by that. And yeah, again, like, they has like so many questions, or I mean, no, I have so many questions about all this because, yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to really say. Just so many questions and not really giving too many answers. So I'm really interested to see what they do in this series. Okay, so yeah, let's look at some covers. So this one, I'm not actually gonna go through all the artists and all that because there are so far 26 of them, and I believe only 24 have been actually revealed. So it's going to be interesting to see which ones have been revealed, and keep in mind I've not really seen all of them, so this it's going to be some first time reaction for most of these. Okay, so first off with the Stan Sakai one, which, yeah, this one looks really amazing. It's Stan Sakai's artwork, you can't really go too wrong with that. Amazing variety of characters. Then going into Kevin Eastman one, which is again like really great. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's Kevin Eastman's artwork, so it's pretty decent. But I must admit, like, going from the description and also the preview images, it does seem a bit weird having Usagi and Turtles fighting someone. We don't know like what's going to happen, so I'm very confused by it all there. We do have a blank sketch cover, which you know, it's okay, I guess, if you know an artist to do something. We got the 110 variant, which is done by Sarah Myers, and I must admit, it looks really great. I think this might be one of the best, or I think this might be like one of my favourite covers of all time. I don't know what it is about it, it just looks amazing. We got this one, which I believe is a 1 in 25, I think it is, which is, yeah, I think it's like 125 or something like that, and it's just Stan Sakai's artwork in black and white. It's okay, but again, we've already got that as coloured and normal. We got a David Peterson one, I'm pretty sure that's the artist's name, and this is a 150, I think it is, and it's a connecting cover one, so if you get all the other ones in the series, which good luck. I've got a thing that could be quite challenging, but this one does look really cool, and I must admit, it's quite nice to see Johnny and Usagi like having this spotlight. I know that's normally always Leo and Usagi, so I think it's going to be interesting to see like the Turtles interact with Usagi and not just be Leo. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And then we also do have another rare 1 in something variant, which is Kevin Eastman one, but in black and white. Yay! So going into some new ones, we do got this one, which I must admit, it does look really interesting. Yeah, it's an okay look. I think it's just the artist's art style. It's not bad. It's just unique. I think it's because I haven't seen the characters in this art style before. It looks interesting. Okay, what's next? Oh, this one. I must admit, I do really like this one. And I think it's mainly just because it's Raph versus Usagi and not just Leo versus Usagi, which I do think is going to be really great to see all the other characters like interact with Usagi. And yeah, we've got this one, which I do like the colours in this one. This one looks like really amazing with the like pinky purple lighting around it. It looks really nice. We've got this one, which is like an homage to the, I think it's tournament fighters, and yeah, I don't really know what to really say about that. It looks really cool. I'm still wondering if they're going to be doing any more like homages to any other comic or like comic books or TV shows or games or anything like that. So still curious about that, but I must admit this one looks really amazing. We got another blank one, another blank one. We got this one. That's a really interesting. I think Usagi looks weird with his like facial expressions. Other than that, it looks pretty decent. We got this one, which I must admit, I do like Usagi, like how he's drawn here. That one looks really amazing. Yeah, wow. I do like all these robots, like how they have a samurai look. The portal in the sky is all like giving me like, you know, like Avengers Endgame type vibes. Yeah. This one, which I think is in different colours. So yeah. We got this one, which is a RW online exclusive. It looks okay, I guess. Yeah. We got this one, which I must admit, I do really like this art style. It doesn't look like realistic. I do think that's really interesting. We got this one, which, yeah, again, just the toes and Usagi. Usagi looks really cool there. Wow. We got this one. Yeah. I don't have anything to say about that. We got this one, which, ooh, that looks quite nice. I do like how Usagi's drawn there. Yeah. I don't know what else to really say here. I think also these ones are for online. I think these ones are supposed to be, because they're doing this thing, basically you can buy these two, or the same comic, but in black and white, I believe it is. So I must admit, I do think it's going to be interesting to see how that one looks compared to the coloured version. But, yeah. So yeah, I don't really know what to really say about, like, all these covers do look really amazing. They all look really interesting, unique, and nice, and amazing. And I do think it's going to be really interesting to see how this crossover goes in terms of in the actual like story. And also, I'm really hoping for more covers to like basically show other turtles fighting Usagi and not just be, oh, Usagi versus Leo every time. And I think it's going to be really interesting just because we've seen how the Power Rangers crossover has done their very creative covers. So I'm sort of interested to see how they do it with these ones. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. If you do something, please share, like, subscribe, and all stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.